Hey everyone, Jose here with Case Status. Today we're going to be talking about the Case Status platform and the integration with Clio and how Case Status and Clio truly work better together. We're going to talk about the integration at a high level, how our Case Status firms are really taking advantage of Clio for their CMS platform as back office tech, and how Clio firms are really taking advantage of the added horsepower that is Case Status and the client communication platform that we provide. I'm going to set the stage to give you a good understanding of what we're looking at here, and we'll dive right in. Over here on the right side of the screen is going to be the case status platform of what the platform is going to look like specifically for the end user, the staff member of the firm. Very simple, very easy to understand, where there's the client name, the primary user, the date, the case manager. I also have Clio pulled up on here as well so that we can really dive deeper into what a day in the life of a Clio staff member is going to look like. And then over here on the left side of the screen is the actual mobile application of what the case status platform is going to look like specifically for the client. This is my actual phone here. It's a live setting. Client downloads the app tomorrow. This is exactly what it's going to look like for them. Now, Clio firms are really going to be taking advantage of, again, the added horsepower of case status through our automated messages, our status updates, and really providing this one-stop shop for the client. You can see that the application will be firm branded, so it's going to have the firm logo, the firm color scheme on the mobile application and the web portal, and really give clients the answer to the number one question, right? What's going on with your case? What's happening? What's your status? From a client end, I can see that I'm on a personal injury case. I have a checklist item. My current status here is treating. I can walk through a nice overview into what's going on and have this access into my client journey that I've never really had before as a client. Now, clients are going to have access to the journey from start to finish, and so really be able to see the entire process from start to finish. So you can see that I'm on treating, but if I wanted to look ahead as a client, I can see that 2 is going to be released from treatment, 3 is attorney review, 4 negotiations, 5 settled, 6 escrow, and then case closed. And so really walking client through this process so that they can answer their own questions, build this self-service attitude where clients are logging in as opposed to calling in, and truly setting expectations. That's one of the key levers to the platform, is creating this operational efficiency by having it centralized in one location. Right now, decreasing around 51% of inbound phone calls that are coming into law firms. Think about that, cutting phone calls in half by giving clients this access into their journey that they've never had before. We want to make the entire process as seamless as possible with the integration of Clio. The idea is you create a case in Clio or a matter in Clio, it's going to automatically create the case in case status so that there's no need for any sort of double entry. And the plan is actually, hopefully fairly soon here in a matter of weeks, is to automate the actual progression of a case based off of stages that are done or updates that are done in Clio as well. So this becomes automated and it's truly working for you in the background as staff members are going about their day to day within the Clio platform, because we want Clio to remain the single source of truth for all updates and messaging and documents. Now, centralizing the communication is a big key to creating that operational efficiency, where we want to have clients have one location for messaging and then have one place for the staff as well. Clients are going to have access to a messaging tab that's going to walk them through every single message, every update, every document, every image here on the messages tab. The key to the mobile application, and really our big differentiator, is that we're seeing a 70 to 85% adoption rate through the mobile application, which is huge. The other 15, 20% of people that are not downloading case status are still going to receive this via text message, where they can text you right back and forth. So clients could hit this send a message button. They can type a message out. You can see they can add any sort of images or videos or media files or anything like that, where once they send that message, that's going to then come in here into the platform for your staff members to then view. We have read receipts within the case status platform where I can see when a client has actually viewed the message. We have activity tracking where we can see every time they look at a specific tab in case status. But again, with the integration of Clio, we want to make sure that all of our messages and documents are syncing back into the Clio platform. So if I go back into Clio and I go to a matter here, our messages are going to be syncing back every 2 minutes into the communications tab within Clio. And then our documents are going to be syncing back every 20 minutes into the Documents tab in Clio. So as I mentioned earlier, really using Clio as that single hub of truth, have all of the messages and communications imported here into the actual case for each individual matter, so that most of the day-to-day remains in the Clio side of things, where, again, taking advantage of the automation that is case status and just this unique client experience through a firm branded mobile application. We have automations with our messages where we can automate no update updates. We can automate happy birthday messages. We can automate messages as you move to different stages of the case. So you think about this from, again, from an operational efficiency standpoint, giving clients these touch points that are working for you in the background. And then from a staff member perspective, really giving them the time back to their day to ultimately do their jobs, right? To focus on working their cases. Another big key area for the case status platform and true differentiator with our platform is being able to measure client satisfaction. As a case is moving from stage to stage, and that becomes the trigger in case status, is when we go from one stage to the next. Your client is going to be required to rate their experience from a 0 to 10 net promoter score. So I just changed it here on the app to stage 2. I'm going to close out the application since it is one of our dev environments, so I can show you kind of what it looks like. But as you can see, very simple, pops up for the client, how likely to refer the attorney to a friend or a colleague. The client is required to enter in a score, and then they also have the option to leave any sort of feedback. Took 2 seconds, I'm back in my case, but now law firms have access to this hard, concrete data to look for more opportunities for reviews, referrals, and just general insight. I touched a little bit on the automations and what that could look like. A sneak peek into one of our automations that a number of our firms use is the single message based off of net promoter scores. We can create very simple automations off of these scores to say every single 9 and 10 in these 3 stages of the case automatically gets a message with my Google Business account, my Avo link, my Super Lawyer link. And then on the flip side, we can say all of our detractors that are 7 or below in every single stage of the case automatically gets a message letting them know, hey, it looks like we weren't able to, meet your expectations. What's going on? How could we help? Do you want to give us a call? So micro targeting this data is huge, and giving you access to this data is huge so that you have this insight. We like to think of it as the check engine light for your clients, because you know throughout the entirety of the case how your clients are feeling and not at the end of the case, right? So think about this as we're setting the stage here of creating this efficiency. These automations are set up in the beginning and then working for you ultimately in the background as you're going about your day-to-day in Clio. Now, we talked a little bit about reviews. Referrals are just another huge opportunity where we want to fortify the word of mouth that firms have really taken advantage of and really established for their clients and for their law firms. Clients are going to have access to a Your Team tab that's going to walk them through the actual staff members that are working on the case. You can see that it's a little bit more of a personable approach, the picture, the phone, the email, the bio, and it's going to show all of the attorneys and case managers that are currently working on the case, where we pull that information in from Clio. Clients are going to have access to this refer button for the main attorney in the case, where all they have to do is hit this refer button. It's going to pull this information into a contact card, so I can send that contact information to any sort of friends or family members via text, via email, via note, via whatever you want, right? So fortifying that word of mouth, making it even easier, and then using some automations for the net promoter scores to look for more opportunities for that word of mouth. We really also want to focus on more opportunities for mass messaging when it comes to open, close, and specific cases. And so through the case status platform, we could select every single client, send a bulk action here for a message, send a message to every single client for any sort of marketing material, Facebook post, blog post, newsletter, community outreach. We could attach a file, but then we can also use the filtering to decide who it is we want to reach out to, right? We're going to be getting the matter type or the case type when we pull in the case from Clio. And so you can then message those specific journeys, those specific case types with any messages that are specific to them. We can filter off of the date, the status, the net promoter scores. We could also filter between open and closed cases. And so clients are actually still going to have access to the mobile application, even if their case is closed, so that they can continue to receive that marketing material, those messages, and stay fresh in mind with the firm so that they ever need to come back for any sort of repeat business opportunities. A great way to really touch all of your clients. Make sure you have that nice approach, that segmentation between your clients and as well. And then you can really take advantage of some of the added features that we have, like live messaging translation, where we can translate over 130 languages, both translating inbound and outbound communication. And so truly meeting your clients where they expect to be met. That's a high level of the case status platform and the Clio integration. Would love to walk you through more of a specific demonstration for your firm and how we can tailor to your business. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thanks.